Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome to the early access of the bus. Before we get started, I'd like to be totally transparent and show you this early access disclaimer. So when you start up the game, it will give you this disclaimer with all the warnings so you know how to set your expectations, right? So this game is by TML Studios, the same guys behind Fernbus and Tourist Bus Simulator. They are bus experts by now. And this latest edition is the bus. Before we get into any of the details though, be aware this is not final. This is alpha. It has limited content. Some save games might be lost. There might be crashes. There will be bugs. A lot of bugs. Seriously, lots of bugs, it says here, line per line. So, yeah, it's very, very early access, and the game will be released as early access on the 25th of March. But thanks a lot to TML for getting in touch with me and allowing me to feature this. So this is the early access of the early access, as I mentioned a while ago. Anyway, let's continue. So this is how the menu looks like right now. You can see a lot of the different features are planned but not yet available. I'll leave a link in the video description to the Steam page where you'll have more details about the price and the features and the plans they have. Okay, so you can get more details. Link is in the video description. I think it will cost around 25 USD, US dollars, but it depends on your region. That might fluctuate depending on where you are. Okay, so in the meantime, we have access to free play. And we have access to one bus, I think 2 routes. Anyway, let's check it out. If you look at the options, you will find this familiar if you've played any of the Fernbus or Tourist Bus Simulator games, because this is almost exactly the same, just a different color scheme. How the menus look like. By the way, let's remove the motion blur. Not a huge fan of the motion blur. I do have everything in Epic. So my details on my rig is in the video description. So everything is maxed out. Audio, we'll adjust that later. Controls is very similar to the Fernbus games. Fernbus and Tourist Bus. I'll share more about that later. The map, I guess you could change that eventually, but for now, we are based in Berlin, in Germany. It's a 1:1 map, guys. 1:1 map. So as detailed as it gets. So currently only one map, one vehicle, realistic mode. So every automation is off. So that I think looks good. And here you can actually choose. By the way, the music, not part of the game, okay? That's just my separate music track by abstraction, because right now there is no music involved. At least I don't hear anything because I turned off the radio. But anyway, so 2 lines. Line 1, you can see the different stops here. And I believe these are real-life bus stops here in Berlin. I actually recognized some. Spent a few days here a couple of years ago. And I actually recognized some of the places. So we'll go and discover that. Alright, so let's go with this one first. The depot is not yet available, so you start off, I think, in a bus stop. And then you can pick which day of the year it is. So that would, I would imagine, determine the season. Right? So June 1, that's probably summer, right? And then here, you can change the start time. So you can drive at night, in the morning, and whatnot. Start at 7 a.m. Okay, that looks good. Alright. Weather is dynamic, so very similar to Fernbus. You can choose. Let's pick dynamic. And let's start it up. Yeah, the bus is still in early access, right? So bugs, crashes, and low performance are to be expected. Oh my goodness. Not the best weather. Clumsy weather. Well, at least we heard that the audio is a bit loud, isn't it? Let's change that a bit. Maybe make it 80%. Is that enough? That didn't seem to change. Anyway, let's get inside. I do love the look of the raindrops on the bus though. That looks very detailed. And we do have a bendy bus right here. I didn't realize it was a bendy bus. 3 doors. Nice, let's get inside. Let's turn off the music so you can focus on the actual sounds of the game. You can actually hear it lessening in volume. The rain as you go inside, more inside of the bus. And as you get nearer the door, then it gets louder. Interesting. Okay. Check in passengers. I don't think that's really the case. That might be a leftover from Fernbus. But let's get inside here. So it's a Scania. And I believe we can start the engine this way. We actually have a ticketing machine there. We'll check it out later. We have this. Is this the IBIS? Not really familiar what that is, but I don't think it's operational yet. Like a driving time kind of thing, maybe. Start the engine. Wow. Fierce, isn't it? Let's close the door for now. I do love the sound effects though. Super loud. Headlights. Air conditioning. You can either follow the tutorial on the lower left, or we can also, I think, cycle through the cameras, very similar to their other games, and then you can change the air conditioning there. You can actually hear the fans blowing. Nice. Okay. Right. Gear up. Loosen the parking brake. And yes, Track IR works already, the head tracking. So that's one of the features that I really am liking. Everything that they've learned, everything that they've developed from the previous games, it's all here already. So even from the get-go, even as they say there are lots of bugs, there are lots of features already. Turn on the wipers here. Okay. But if I open this, will he come in already? He's just staring at me. I think I have to go forward. This is the shortest bus stop ever. Look at this. So we loosen the parking brake, right? And then we accelerate. And then we stop. We're here. We're here, guys. Come on, go inside. Why is he not entering? 1 second, maybe what I need to do is start this one. Please press start button. You can see how nice this is. You can actually enter a tour number. 79er 219er, sorry, aviation terms. Just ignore me. I've been playing too much Flight Sim. Alright, here we are. So from Flughafentegel to Alexanderplatz, and looks like there are some passengers waiting already. So I think when I set that machine up, it probably set up that sign in front as well. Let's see if that's enough. So let's open the door now. There we go. Now it works. Aren't you going to buy a ticket? Oh, maybe he has a ticket already. Still a bit loud, isn't it? Let's go and tweak that a bit more. I think 60 would be a good tip. And big tip for you guys, if you guys are planning to buy this, set the retarder volume to something very low because it's super loud at the moment. Weather changed suddenly. Okay. Release the parking brake. Off we go. We only have one passenger. I guess with this kind of weather, people are staying indoors. Maybe. Need that faster, bro. Faster wipers. I do like the performance so far. You know what? Let's have a look at the performance here. There it is. So I think by default the game is locked to 60 FPS. But yeah, so far with my rig, it's locked there. And my GPU is 60% utilized if you look at it. And the multiple threads are being used at the same time. So actually, even with all the things that are happening, it's not bad, right? Performance is actually not bad at all, given this very early stage in the game. Very promising. So yeah, like what I was mentioning, they're actually able to implement. If you saw there that little detail, when we went into the tunnel, the rain stopped, and once we went outside, it's here again. But yeah, it's very nice that they're able to carry over all the learnings that they had. You know what else is here? Photo mode, guys. Photo mode is here. So something that was implemented in Fernbus and Tourist Bus a couple of months back was the photo mode, and they brought that here from day one, or day 0 even. So very nice. So you can take screenshots, you can even change the time of the day, if I can find where it is. Oh, it's right here. Time of the day. Right, I'm not sure if you can change the weather though. But yeah, very nice. And then you can alter other things and then capture a screenshot right there. Because with a game that looks this nice, it would be a shame if it didn't have photo mode. And now it does, from day 0. Also, you can notice lots of cars on the road. You can tweak the number of cars. There is a traffic slider in the settings. I have it set to 100%. Can I move to the left? There you go. So yeah, performance is very nice. Nice reflections on the ground there. Although that looks a bit too marbly. That looks too clean for a road outside, right? That looks more like a museum floor more than anything. But nice impact, nice effect. Just a few tweaks. Definitely something that we can accept as early access. Maybe we call this super early access just to shorten the name. Well, I guess it's a blessing in disguise. Even if it's raining, at least we get to showcase the beauty of the Unreal Engine. The reflections, the water effects and whatnot. That can work, right? That can work. So yeah, let me know when you notice some things, good things, bad things, and then we'll tweak as necessary. And I will definitely be keeping a close eye on this game, because it shows a huge promise. Buchholzweg. Yeah, that's the next stop. I'm just not sure why it announces that when we're 1 kilometer away from the stop still. I would expect that should play right before we arrive. So I guess the GPS on this bus is a bit off at the moment. I would have really wanted to show you the ticketing system. A while ago when I tried a test drive, there were a lot of people queuing up, so I could actually give them tickets and get change and everything. Look at this. They actually have Burger King in here. It's not fake brand or anything. They actually got it. Also, one thing I noticed, the AI, it can be a bit aggressive, guys. They are in a rush. It gives you a perfect city vibe, I guess, where everyone is always in a hurry. So be very careful when you're driving, especially when it's like this. Especially when it's, oh my goodness, you have traffic at maximum like this. You also see some pedestrians walking outside. Actually, a lot of pedestrians also walk outside. I'm not sure if that changes when it's raining though, because it would make sense not to see as many. I do like seeing the puddles on the ground though. That non-uniform puddle. Yeah, still lots of people in there. Okay, Let's park it up here. Okay, let's open the doors. Come on, buy a ticket. There we go. Thank you. Alright, so single ticket AB, and I think that the terminologies are also accurate with here in Berlin. So one, I think she's an adult, right? So that would be, let's see, price would be $3. Oh, there you go. Single ticket AB, $3 or €3 rather. Print. So she got it, and then we'll get her payment here, and then we'll give back €1. So perfect. There you go. I hope you heard me through all that noise. I imagine it might be hard to hear me right now because of the rain. Not sure if I should lessen the volume even more. Good. But yes, in case you get into any accidents, guys, don't hate me, okay? Because it's bound to happen. It's not. Oh my goodness, the graphics is amazing actually. Very nice, huh? Wow, I'm impressed. The lighting as well. The lights coming from those lamps is very nice. Not overly strong. Gives you that like, scary vibe, scary ambiance. That the weather is really bad. Oh. Also, my wheel is kind of acting up. There is force feedback. Like I'm hitting something. Oh, I think it's the drainage. It's those like drainage on the right side. If I see one, I'll point it to you. Not anymore. Is that a bike lane? That red one? That red lane? And yes, so me and Mrs. Clumsy, we spent just a couple of days in Berlin back in 2016, I think. We just went to the tourist attractions, you know, Brandenburg Gate, the what was that? Cathedral. Yeah, the memorable things that you see in TripAdvisor. And then we stayed in a hostel that seemed very nice. That was very nice actually. And later on, we will be driving, I think, in that area. At least it definitely feels like it. So it looks like they really mapped this one as the one as close as possible. I'm actually even curious. Maybe there is an actual Burger King where we saw it a while ago. Oh, look at this. The rain has stopped. Dynamic weather indeed. Oh, that's very nice. Now the engine is just showing off. Cool. Let's go step outside, although it's a bit noisy, okay? Noisier. Very smooth. Cool. Yeah, the rain effects are very nice indeed. Some of the lanes are pretty skimpy though. I'm not sure if this is really how it is, but we can barely fit in here. Look at that. If I look at my right side mirror, we're almost at the curb there. I do like this VIP feel though of having my own lane. Finally can get to use the bus lane, right? We're perfectly authorized. We have our own lane and we feel like a VIP. A while ago when I was testing this out, it felt so good. There was traffic on those other two lanes and I was free. I did not have any blockage. No other car in front of me. It's just me and the bus stops. Cool. Here we are. Next. Also, yes, the people are very familiar looking. Right? I know you and you. Yeah, no one's buying tickets though. You can check them there. They are walking to their seats somewhat. So at least they're not fully teleporting like in the initial versions of Fernbus where the people just teleport into their seats. Now at least they walk close and then they kind of snap into place. I think we're getting to that area that looks very familiar to me. I think where we stayed there was an S-Bahn station nearby. S-Bahn, is that like subway? S for subway? Maybe? I think it was underground at least. Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, this is supposedly my lane, but I guess these guys, if they're turning right, then maybe they're moving to my lane as well. But yeah, the map making is pretty cool. I'm not an expert on road signs and road markings, but this feels real to me. The way the buildings are made, the way the textures are. It says here right turn, but it says bus lane as well. So I guess if you're a bus, you can go wherever. If you're a normal car, you turn right. Yeah, the AI can be a bit of a pain right now. I think needs some tweaks there. Lessen their aggressiveness, assertiveness maybe. So for now, you really have to do some defensive driving. Thankfully, I was born and raised in the Philippines, and driving in Manila teaches you the best defensive driving skills, guys. There's nowhere else. Well, for sure, some people would argue that their place is more hardcore, but of course I'm biased. So leave me be. Oh, yeah, it's Aral. These are real brands. I'm actually surprised. Normally companies would need to get licenses for that, so they probably did. This is this seems familiar. Isn't this like a correct me if I get it wrong, okay? Don't hate me. A Romanian company. Probably not. But I remember this while driving in ETS2. Yeah, very nice though. Very nice change here. Actually driving a bus that works with ticketing and passengers and whatnot. Very different vibe, and of course the 1:1 scale of driving inside the city and all the traffic that involves and everything. So I'm actually not sure. Yeah, she read the bus stop where we are 380 meters away. I guess she's getting closer. So she's getting a bit more and more accurate. This place, yes. This place is what I was mentioning. This feels so familiar. How it looks. There are a few glitches, it looks like, with the lighting sometimes. Like just the sun just turns on and off at certain points. I think those require tweaking. Nothing too big of a deal though. So far this is looking pretty good. But yeah, it really feels busy, right? It really feels like a city. City at rush hour with all these cars. And yeah, that's actually very brave of TML. Because AI, it's one of the hardest things to program. AI vehicles, the logic. Because there's a lot of estimation that involves. And as I was testing this a while ago, I actually saw some cars bumping into each other in the intersection. So, but for the most part, they actually are behaving. Okay, these guys I think are waiting for us. Guten Tag. Oh, ticket, yes, ticket. Single ticket AB, €3 sprint. Okay, you have for us. Okay, I give you €1. Okay. That's the extent of my German. Alright. Awesome stuff. There is also a timetable, but it's not implemented yet, although you can see it. Let me see if I can show you. So if you look at, I think this one, yeah, the route. So you'll see the different stops. It's a very long journey here. 7:13, and we only left this Turnstrasse, Bosselstrasse thing. So we're like one bus stop late. Yeah, but not as bad. A while ago, it was like 30 minutes late, I think. Okay, and we wait here. So I didn't want to beat the red light. Let's look outside in the meantime. Is that supposed to be an iPhone? A Pear phone maybe? Close enough. like it. There are different views, by the way. So I showed you this one already. Different buttons you can flick. And you can also look at the passengers this way. Yeah, the familiar faces from Fernbus. I think I heard some of them actually speak. Maybe when you do something bad, they actually speak to you or something. Is it our turn yet? There we go. Alright. Yeah, kudos to the team for taking on this huge, very ambitious project. 1:1 Berlin. But that really gives you this sense of scale, right? Nothing seems compressed. And they can really copy 1:1 what they see in the city. Skimpy roads, my goodness. And this looks like it doubles as a bike lane. Not sure if I should be here. Bus lane and bike lane maybe in one? I have no idea how it works, guys. Nothing happened, move along.
U-Bahnhof Turmstraße.
Turmstraße. Yeah, I learned from a German colleague that character, so that stop that we're looking at, I'm looking at the lower right corner of the screen, that Turmstraße, that second to the last character there that looks like a B, yeah, that's read as like a double S, so it's Straße, something like that is what he told me. That's good enough for me. A passable German, maybe barely passable or almost passable. I would like to at least reach the how do you say it, Hauptbahnhof, the train station, because that one is definitely, I even showed it to Mrs. Clumsy and she recognized it. That's a very memorable spot for us because we actually got lost in that area. Well, we didn't get lost, but we got stuck for a while because we were figuring out where to go. So when we get there, oh my goodness, it lights up a lot of very nice memories when we were here. Okay, let's try and make this turn on the bendy bus. Slow it down. I can see the back of the bus there. Slow it down. Thank you. I didn't remember driving a bendy bus a while ago. Maybe I just didn't realize it. But yeah, I am actually, honestly, I am pleasantly surprised with the performance because I didn't... Last time I played Fernbus, it wasn't this smooth. So it looks like they optimized even more stuff. But I tell you guys, TML, they keep on learning. They continuously improve. If you guys have been here in the beginning, Fernbus was very rough in the beginning. No track IR, I think limited steering wheel support. Here, oh, by the way, I didn't mention. But yes, as you might have noticed, I'm using my steering wheel here with how I'm driving. So my Logitech G27 works right off the bat. No other extra steps needed aside from configuring it in the options to map your keys. But no other tweaks necessary and it works. So how they've done it, how they've learned from Fernbus and Tourist Bus, they have applied all those learnings here, and I honestly was not expecting it because it's, to me it seems tricky, you know, creating a new game and making sure that everything gets ported over, all the good things that you've learned and applied to your older games, that you can apply them also at the same level in your newer game. Oh, that looks beautiful, look at that. As the sun rays seep through those trees. Hey, look at that. How scenic that is. Just another day in Berlin. Oh, what is this? I think a while ago I even saw the, what was it, the Cathedral? I think I forgot the name, but it's a very famous landmark. Might be the Berlin Cathedral or something along those lines. You probably guys know what I'm talking about. But it's the church, the cathedral with the large green dome at like a roof. I think it's a very distinct landmark here in Berlin. I think there's also the TV tower, and there's even the Brandenburg Gate, although I haven't seen the Brandenburg Gate yet. That one is very memorable to me as well, because when me and Mrs. Clumsy went there, and she took a photo of me posing right in front of the gate, it just so happened, and I don't know how it could happen, someone else was in the frame, so there was basically a photo bomber, and that photo bomber had the exact same outfit that I had. I was wearing like this off-green color of a shirt that I wouldn't think anyone would wear, and the same color of pants, the same color of jacket, the same bag even. Like, what the heck, bro? Stay away from me.
Hauptbahnhof.
And that was all captured in a photo. Maybe I'll get to share it one day. Maybe I'll share it in Discord. If I find it. But yeah, Mrs. Clumsy was the one who noticed it. Did he actually pose for this? Oh yeah, this one. Okay, we're arriving already. Hauptbahnhof. Probably butchered that pronunciation. And I'm not sure even if I should be on the left lane or here is okay. Because I'm a bus, so I should be allowed some maneuvering room, right? Wow, it's a very loud engine. Not too shabby. So yeah, for an early access, I would say very good job. I just hope that the improvements continue. It seems like they have a good plan. It seems like they have a very solid plan in place. So they have 3 phases planned. I think phase 1, well, phase 1 is this one, the beginning. Phase 2, I think, don't quote me on this, is when they would implement multiplayer. And phase 3 is all maybe the economy, but you can check out the Steam link in the video description for the price of the game. And please stop, please don't. Okay, good, thank you. So you can check out the details of the different phases that they're planning and why they are starting off in early access and whatnot. I think it's a perfectly reasonable explanation. It's nice so they can get actual feedback from the gamers, the customers. And from what I've seen in the Steam page, I think they're planning on oh my goodness, I forgot again how many months they are planning to be in early access, but check it there. So part of the details is they explain why they are in early access, how long they're planning to be in it, and what they're planning to do with it, how they're planning to progress the game. But yeah, looks like there is a lot of promise here. Some actual timetables, an economy system. We saw in the main menu there was an economy system coming. That's always something great that allows you to be really involved and not just do like a free roaming drive, but really build a company. So have a reason for driving, you know. Here we are, the Hauptbahnhof. I missed the cathedral. A while ago I passed through it. Huh. Maybe I was busy talking, huh? Anyway. So that's the train station, I believe. And yes, when we get in front of it, I'll stop there. And we'll probably continue this video on like a part 2 kind of thing. So it won't get too long. And you guys can get a bit of a teaser in the meantime. Even the traffic lights are pretty realistic in terms of how long you have to sit in front of it. It looks like it, huh? But yeah, I think the traffic density is pretty nice. You know, it doesn't feel empty at all. Actually, at some points it feels a bit too much. But it does seem like it simulates very well the rush hour feels inside the city. So I think it's pretty good. You guys let me know. As always, feedback is welcome. Would love to hear your thoughts. Did you find some imperfections, some improvement areas, and please be specific. If you can be gentle about it, then that's great, but it would be great because TML actually watches these videos, and they comment and they listen. So I think, might be bragging, might not be really up to me, but I would like to believe that because of my constant complaining of the photo mode. What the heck is that? early access, okay? Early access. I'd like to believe that because of my constant complaining or requesting of a photo mode, they actually implemented it. And I'm probably not the only one, right? I mean, a lot of people want to take nice shots here because the graphics is very good. So I'm sure a lot of people were feeling like there's a lot of potential being left in the table. There's the bus stop in front of us. See the logo? But before that, we'll get a nice view of this. And this is where we came out of after because we took a train from, I believe from Warsaw. Yeah, from Warsaw to Berlin, if I remember correctly. And this is where we dropped off. And then we went outside here. Okay, let's go out here. There it is. Now granted, the texturing on the Hauptbahnhof itself, the sign is accurate, but like the reflections are not very believable, are they? So that might need to be improved a little, but I mean the immensity of this structure, very promising. Now I know I was late in the timetable because I kept sightseeing. Anyway, when me and Mrs. Clumsy went out of there, we went through here, and I think in this part, in real life, there's like a ticketing machine. That's I think where we bought our tickets. But yeah, I think the bus stop is exactly here. And then we drove a bus, or we rode the bus rather, going to the hostel where we were staying, if I remember correctly. Anyone dropping off? Not really. Lots of people coming and go. Good. Alright. But yes, let's end the video here for now, guys. Don't worry, there will be part 2. I'll continue recording this one. Let me know what you think. Looking forward to your comments. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Clumsy signing off.